Okay, guys, I'm going to go over here through the entire process of a prep call. So what I'm going to do, remember, I'm going to be an invoice. I'm going to go ahead and put the job number here. And here is the customer. So once I double click it, you'll see all the customer's information. And what we do here is we actually have a notepad with all this information already ready to go, minus obviously all the notes that are already input in there. But we have this side by side as we're on the phone call with the customer. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and confirm the pickup address and delivery address. So when we're on the phone call, we call the customer and we say, okay, we just want to go over all the information in your account, make sure everything is correct. If they have a moment, then we'll go ahead and continue with the prep call. So what we're going to do is here, say I have 1834 St. Louis Drive in Honolulu, Hawaii, 96816. Customer says that's correct. Okay, and then we go over here and we tell the customer, we see here that you actually don't have a delivery address, but we have Henderson, Nevada. And as you can see here, it says will advise to be determined. Now, when they did this prep call, the customer said, I actually have a delivery address, and they gave that delivery address here to the agent. So what we're going to do is just get this address here. We're going to place it in here. And we don't want to capitalize these main street names. All right. We want to go ahead and save. And we see that it's the same zip code. Keep in mind, if the address changes and the zip code changes, it has to be within 5-mile radius from this address. Otherwise, there's a price change and you have to send it back to sales. All right, the next thing we're going to go over is we're going to ask them if they've made any changes to their inventory or their inventory is still the same. And then we're going to go ahead and open up this cube sheet. And then we're going to tell Peter, hey, Peter, I see you have 5 large boxes, 10 small boxes, 1 golf club, and a 3-seat sofa. Is that your inventory or have you made any changes? The customer stated here they've made some changes and they'll email it to Leo, who is the booking agent here. Okay, next we move on to firearms. We ask the customer if they are transporting any firearms. Then the customer will tell you yes or no. In this case, the customer says he's not transporting firearms. If they do decide to transport a firearm, that has to be in a lockbox, and ammunition is strictly prohibited to be shipped. Therefore, we have to let them know that we cannot ship any ammunition. Next thing, we're moving on to packing. Say, sir, I see here you have no packing. Are you going to be doing all the packing, or did you need us to add some packing to your services? Nope. Customer said he's doing all the packing himself. Okay, keep in mind, sir, we do have a couple of things that are included with the move. All mattresses, TVs, and up to 6 pictures poster size. Anything after that, if the movers decide to pack anything to protect them, that will be an extra charge. Next thing we'll move on is insurance. We ask the customer if they have already been quoted for insurance or if they're going to require any type of insurance for their goods, because right now our liability insurance is only 60 cents per pound. And if the customer decides that they want to talk to somebody, then we transfer the call to insurance, or they can already say somebody's contacted them and they do not want the insurance. Next, we go over to bulky items and say, sir, I do see here that in your cube sheet, you have a 3-seat sofa. Now we have to go over bulky items. Anything that it's oversized, overweight, let's say such as the piano, or let's say a pool table, that requires manpower and that also requires more people on site in order for us to actually be able to handle it, and that is that's a fee. In this case, the customer says none of the items are bulky and that it's not necessary. And next thing is moving on is the shuttles. Since this pickup here, let me go here back. Pickup is in Hawaii. We actually don't require shuttles because they're only small trucks come to pick up the items. However, if we were doing this in Henderson, Nevada, we would ask the customers to let us know if there's any special permits or if there's any restrictions on the road for a 75-foot truck. Otherwise, we would have to shuttle the items, and the shuttle of the items is an extra fee. In this case, the customer only has 100 cubic feet, which means it's a standard fee of $300. Anything above 500 cubic feet requires an additional charge from the shuttle. Okay, so in this case, it says not needed, aware of extra fee. Okay, now we ask about parking situation, and that goes along with the shuttle to make sure that if there's any type of parking restrictions, and if they do or they have to get a permit from the city, we need to help them coordinate that so that way we have no problems when the driver arrives there. The following here is a COI, a certificate of insurance. Some apartment complexes and some areas require a certificate of insurance. If they need that, we need to know in the prep call in order for us to request it and provide it to the customer so that way they can provide it to the building and we have no problems with the crew accessing the building. In this case, the customer says that a COI is not needed and client will be at pickup and delivery. This is a note that the moving captain actually put in here just to make sure that you are aware that the person is going to be at pickup and delivery. Next thing we go over is storage. Okay, we ask the customers if they're going to need any type of storage or are they going straight for delivery. Keep in mind, storage is 30 days from the day of pickup. So if this is pickup 9/28, then the storage it starts the day of pickup for 30 days, and then after that it gets billed. And we bill in advance. So if the customers tell you if the storage fees will be paid at the end of the month, we tell them that we actually bill for storage before the month actually commences. The next thing that we're going to go over here is the first available delivery day, which is one of the most important things here because a lot of customers are confused as to what the first available delivery date means. Most people think that that's the actual delivery date for them, and it's not an actual delivery date. It's when are we able to access the building to deliver if we had to. So for example, here we put that we explain because we are going to go based off of the script verbatim for the first available delivery date. The first available delivery date is the point of delivery. Let's say if the customer says that he's available as of the 30th of September, from the 30th we have up to 45 business days to deliver. So for example, if I put here 9/30 is the first available delivery date, then 45 business days after that, what the system normally would give me that. Hold on one second. Okay. And it's not actually giving me that information. Hang on. Okay. Here it is. So if we have 9/30 as the first available delivery date, we have until 12/5 to deliver the items based on 45 business days. And we have to explain that to the customer. It doesn't mean we're going to take up 45 business days, but it means from 9:30 to 12/5, that's the time that we're actually given for delivery. Obviously, if we have a container that's leaving on the 30th and it'll arrive on the mainland, let's say, in about 7 to 10 business days, which is the sale time, then let's say the following week we have a truck that's leaving. Technically speaking, we can actually already be delivering within that following month, following week. So the customer needs to understand that that's just the window that we have based on the DOT regulations. But again, we're going to go verbatim based on the script that we actually have prepared. Now we're going to go over payments. This is the amount of transportation. Any extra fees would go here, and then this is the grand total. This is the amount that they've paid, which is a $100 deposit, and this is their actual balance, $21.50. So we're going to tell the customers if they have gone over the payment information with their booking agent. By this point, they should already know that they have to pay 80/20, 80% at pickup and 20% upon delivery, and they can make that with the credit card over our Prime Moving website link. So we're going to go ahead and confirm that the customer understands that they have to pay 80% upon pickup and 20% at delivery. Also, the 80% is off the entire total from the documents, the pickup date. It's not off of the estimate. It's off of the actual volume that they're taking from the pickup destination. So for example, here we have 100 cubic feet. If they were to pick up 200 cubic feet, they would give them a new quote with the rate per additive, which is $10. They would pay 80% of that, not 80% of $21.50. And we just have to let them know that as well. And that is the entire process of how to do a prep call.